What's going on, guys? Your boy here, TheTCPLive, here for another video. And I wanted to wait for this video until after preseason was over. As you guys know, we're halfway through preseason, so I wanted to kind of get this out of the way. You know what I mean? And I think we've pretty much guessed who's gonna go where. Again, it's preseason, but this is just my picks, my predictions, whatever you want to call it, for this upcoming season in the NFL. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every division in the NFL. AFC East, AFC North, AFC South, AFC West, vice versa with the NFC. So, let's start it off, shall we? Now, let's first start off with the AFC East, where my New England Patriots are known to be the favorite. Now, I know people are saying, oh, be 16-0, and I'm not that far.
I'm not going to say they're going to win every single game. I'm not going to say they're 16-0. I'm being realistic. I know they have, I think the quote-unquote easiest schedule. But you got the 49ers, they got the Ravens, and they always seem to lose to the freaking Bills or Jets once a year, one of those teams. But anyway, for some reason. But anyway, I do think the Patriots going to win this division. They're the favorite in this division. There's a lot of reason why. I think with the additions of Brandon Lloyd will be pretty good to this team. You already got Gronkowski, you already got Hernandez, you got like 4 other tight ends. I don't know why they got them, but you also now have Welker, of course, and you got Brandon Lloyd. So, you did lose Jarvis Green-Ellis. I wasn't so happy of letting him go, because of the fact the guys never fumbled. But this is a team that usually doesn't run the ball a lot, and hopefully Bill Belichick won't go LOL, let's run the ball with Aaron Hernandez, for 5 plays. No, don't do that. Just, Danny Woodhead, you give that guy some space, he'll run up down the field. So, anyways, I do think the Patriots will win this division. Where do I see the record? Probably either 14-2 or 13-3, somewhere along those lines. And, as a lot of people say, probably going to be a favorite in the playoffs. Then we go to the Buffalo Bills, which actually, if this Bills team is coached right, I think this team could be, Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN. They said they were second place, and I'm like, what? With the Bills in second place in this division? I don't know about that. I mean, this is the same team that finished 8-8. You know what I mean? Well, not 8-8, but was it 8-8? Yeah, I think it was 8-8, but I think it was 6-10. Everyone knows the Bills who had a hot start last year. All of a sudden, let's, choke all the way down. Fitzpatrick gets, banged up, and Stevie Johnson gets banged up, and Fred Jackson gets banged up. Oh, we're screwed. So, honestly, this team, I question their defense. I know they added, Mario Williams, obviously a good pickup for them. So I think they may have overpaid him, possibly. But they did obviously get better on D. I question still that defense a bit, but this team has a very good offense. Fitzpatrick, and if Fitzpatrick gets hurt, you still got Vince Young who can still do some things for you. Fred Jackson's healthy. I already said about Stevie Johnson being healthy. This could be a pretty good team. If they just fit the pieces right. The Jets, oh my God. Screw ESPN. Seriously, Tim Tebow this, Tim Tebow that. Tim Tebow went to the bathroom. Tim Tebow ate at Subway. Seriously, enough of freaking Tebow. As fans, I'm sure we're tired of it. I hope the players are tired of it too, because this is just stupid. You kidding me? The freaking Sanchez is gonna be benched by week 5. I'm sorry, but seriously, you talk so much, and Sanchez is how come you're not talking about me? All of it's Tebow. And here's the funny part: they don't even freaking interview Tim Tebow. You ever notice that? It's oh, Tim Tebow, he's doing the West Coast offense. Oh, he's doing the Wildcat offense. Look at this. It's oh my God. I think the Jets probably going to be either second or third place. It's kind of like a coin flip for me between the Jets and the Bills. Who's going to be second, who's going to be third, and last. I'm sorry, I don't care who the hell starts for the freaking Dolphins. I don't care if it's Hard Knocks or not, but I don't care if it's Tannehill, Moore, or Garrard, or freaking, Dan Marino's LOL, I want to come back, or Brett Favre. I don't know. Freaking, the Dolphins are being in last place. I don't like their offense. They don't really have anyone on offense other than Reggie Bush, who had a pretty good year last year. Other than him, who the hell is on this offense? their defense ain't that great either. So it's like, where are the bright spots, into this, So I think they're probably going to be in last place. What else do we have right here? Okay, then we go to the AFC North. The Ravens. Honestly, I'm going to go out and say the Ravens are going to win this division. It seems like whenever Joe Flacco, has anytime Joe Flacco enters the season, team heads to the playoffs. It just screams out playoffs every time. And I know they're dealing with that heartbreaking loss against my New England Patriots, where forget which was the wide receiver that dropped it, but freaking right in the end zone, oh, he dropped it, and then you miss a field goal. I don't know how the hell they still missed that field goal, but anyway, Billy Cundiff, good job. Just kidding. But they did re-sign Ray Rice, and the defense is getting a bit older. They're out Terrell Suggs. Obviously, that's a big loss right there. But I still think the Ravens will hold tight in this division. And then you got to go with the Bengals. Andy Dalton, AJ Green. Can they have? Last year both of them had great rookie seasons. What are they going to do this year? In their sophomore season, who knows? They did add Jarvis Green-Ellis. That'll be help with the running game. I kind of question, the defense is alright. I mean, could be better. But, we'll see what happens with them. I think they'll probably be around second place. The Steelers, honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. The Steelers might actually be in third place, and here's the reason why. I know Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt every single season, but he seems to play every time he's hurt. Like, the guy's head could be off, like decapitated, and he'll still freaking play. Like, that's just Ben Roethlisberger. And speaking of injuries, who the hell is their running back? Because I know Mendenhall's hurt, so, like, what are you going to do there? I don't know. That defense is getting older as well. Troy Polamalu's not going to be there till, like, freaking 2025, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be there forever, still. And James Harrison's like, please, Roger Goodell, don't suspend me because I give another guy a hit to the head and knock him out silly. So, yeah. And then you got the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, we all know Trent Richardson, but other than that, what the hell do they have? I know Brandon Williams looked good in preseason. I'll give him that. Granted, it's preseason, though. The starters only play, first quarter or maybe second quarter, and that's it. I want to see more than just 2 quarters type of deal. So, I think the Browns are going to be in last place. Then we go to AFC South. Houston Texans. Their defense got a little worse. Obviously they lost Mario Williams. I forget who they traded for, but they traded one of their good defenders to defensive guys to Philadelphia, and they practically nothing. So this Houston Texans team, you got to have Arian Foster. Obviously, he's going to do well. Hopefully, he stays healthy, because otherwise, Ben Tate's like, give me the ball. Matt Schaub coming back from an injury. Not Calvin Johnson. Excuse me. Andre Johnson. I don't know how well he's going to do, because it seems like he's banged up. It's like, oh, he goes off, 8 catches, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then the very next game is like, oh yeah, he sprained his ankle and then broke, his hip or something. It's like, what the hell? Like the very next day you find that out, and then he's out for I don't know how many games. So I don't know how well he's going to do after the injury, but I still think the Texans, to me, are the favorite of winning this division. It's going to be them or the Titans. Now here's the question with the Titans. Who's going to be starting? Locker or Hasselbeck? To me, I'd start Locker. Locker seems more comfortable in the pocket. I know he kind of had a rough game tonight against the Buccaneers, but granted, again, it's preseason, and Locker has more potential. Obviously, Hasselbeck's later on in his career. Locker is just beginning of his career. The guy can run. The guy can pass. He seems pretty good under pressure as well. Chris Johnson, man, this guy needs to keep running. Like, seriously, just don't, stop breaking it. You got to move the chains, Chris Johnson. And that defense, is not too shabby. And, look out for, what's his name, Jared Cook, the tight end, too. Because, you know why? Because Kenny Britt, God knows what's going to happen with Kenny Britt. He's banged up. Oh, he might get suspended, whatever. Just, And you get the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know Blaine Gabbert looked good tonight. It was against the Saints defense, which has been known to be not great, in the last 2 years. But granted, he did look good. Maurice Jones-Drew, how long he's going to be held out for, I don't know. I don't like that situation, if you ask me. They did get Justin Blackmon. Question is, how many TDs can that rookie get? And the Colts. Do we got to go further with the Colts? We all know Andrew Luck. Mr. Andrew Luck, the number 1 pick. So, Andrew Luck, I think he'll be good. Do I think he'll have a great season? I don't know about great, but I think he'll have a good rookie season. And, honestly, I think that, the Colts, it's going to be a good division because, honestly, I can see the Colts maybe being, instead of last place, I can see them maybe being third place. And that's as far as I'm going to go with them. They're not going to win the division. I don't think they're going to be second. I think the Post possibly could be as third. The Jaguars, I just don't. I think this team is better than the Jaguars. Put it that way. I'd rather have the Colts right now than the Jaguars. So, especially without Maurice Jones-Drew, that's just a given. But the AFC West now, the Oakland Raiders. Oh my God, can this team suck even more? I'm sorry if you're a Raiders fan, but this team blows harder than freaking Kanye West getting the blowjob from freaking Kim Kardashian. I am sorry, but this is just like, holy sweet Jesus. They got no not really. They don't really got much of a defense, I know what they're saying. Oh, but look what we did against the Cowboys on ESPN. I don't give a shit. Their offense, okay, this is how sad their quarterbacks is positioned right now. Carson Palmer's the starter, right? Matt Leinart just got acquired not that long ago from this team. Matt Leinart, the second string quarterback, is teaching freaking Carson Palmer. You remember Matt Leinart, Mr. Oh, I'm going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League just a few years ago? Look at him now. He's backing up the Oakland Raiders. And Darren McFadden, for the love of God, please stay healthy. Like, seriously. You got so much potential, and yet you just freaking, get injured. And it's like, what now? So, I see this Raiders team going in last place. I'm sorry, but they are. The Chargers are good. This is a good team, obviously. We all know about Phillip Rivers. I question the Ryan Matthews injury. It seems like that guy's always banged up. But hey, you still got good old Ronnie Brown. You guys remember Ronnie Brown, the good old faithful Dolphins former running back. Ronnie Brown. And they did lose, of course, was it Vincent Jackson? Yeah, they lost Vincent Jackson. I kind of went meh on that, but they did pick up Robert Meacham. I think he'll be good with the Rivers. And, this defense doesn't look too bad either. So, I can see the Chargers maybe, second place, in this division. Who knows? Maybe they might sneak into a wild card. And most of the teams, if I say a team's going to be second place, they might have a shot at the wild card. Unless you're like the Bills or something. But, you know what I mean? Then you got the Broncos. We already know. Peyton Manning coming off an injury, leaving Indy, going to Denver, former place of Tim Tebow. And, I think guys like Aaron Decker, Demaryius Thomas, they're going to kind of be like Austin Collie or Reggie Wayne. Guys who, when they first started off, how many people knew who the heck they were. Next thing you know, Peyton Manning comes into town, and everyone knows their names. You know what I mean? So, I think they'll have a pretty good season in there in Denver. I'm going to be surprised, honestly, if the Broncos do win this division. But then you also look at it, you look at the Chiefs. With the addition of Peyton Hillis. Peyton Hillis, sorry, the guy stunk last year. I don't know if it's a Madden curse or something, but he just blew. And of course he got hurt. But, you do have also Matt Castle. As a Patriots fan, I know what Matt Castle can do. And, Roman Cornell, I think, remember, this is the same team that beat, Green Bay. When the Packers looked like they were probably going undefeated. Next thing you know, they bumped into the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. Honestly, I think the Broncos probably first, Chargers second. Chiefs and Chargers could go second, maybe, second or third, which one of them, and I'm sorry, the Raiders, yeah, you're going to be in last place. And now, quickly, NFC, I'm sorry, this video's going a little bit longer. NFC East, now we all know about Robert Griffin III, being in Washington. Honestly, this team obviously did get better with the additions. They got, Robert Griffin III, and you already know about Mike Shanahan. He loves having, 8 different running backs behind them. I call him the John Gruden of running backs because we all know John Gruden. Man, that guy loves switching quarterbacks. I used to live in Tampa, so trust me, Alright, but I don't think the Redskins are really going to go that far this year. Sorry. Eagles, we all know last year. Oh, dynasty. And then they just, flopped. Granted, they did win the final few games of the season. I'll give them that. Michael Vick has to stay healthy for this team. If Michael Vick does not stay healthy for this team's not going to go that far. McCoy, he had a great year last year. Question is, will defenses finally figure out how to stop him? That's a $1 million question. And the defense did get better. Surprised they re-signed Deshaun Jackson. I seriously thought that guy was on his way out. But, Eagles organization, I guess, gave him a mulligan. And you know what? Try again. You know what I mean?
And then you got the Dallas Cowboys. You know, how about them Cowboys? You know, Tony Romo, I'm sorry, but the guy's got to win the playoffs. You know, he's got to help his team to the playoffs. You know, DeMarco Murray, he has to stay healthy. Miles Austin has to stay healthy. Des Bryant, he's a pretty good wide receiver. I question still the defense, though. I know they got better with Claiborne, but honestly, you know, they, especially in the secondary, you know, they need to stop getting eaten out. You know, they're facing the Giants, who I'm gonna get to in a second, on opening day. You know, first day of the regular season on NBC. Which, I'm sorry, Cowboys probably gonna lose, because Cowboys, let's face it, they never win on NBC. Okay, and Eli Manning, Victor Cruz, you know, guys, you know, they might just eat the Cowboys alive in the defense. But now you go to the Giants, defending Super Bowl champions. Now I question the Giants, because they're kind of inconsistent. One year they look really good, like last year. In the following year, they don't look that good. They miss the playoffs. I think this might be one of those seasons, because I think Eli Manning's going to have a good season, don't get me wrong. But I think defenses are finally going to figure out Victor Cruz, of what he's doing. They lost Bradshaw, they lost Manningham, two, you know, big losses in my book. They still got a pretty decent defense with Justin Tuck, but still, you know, I don't see the Giants really. I think they might miss the playoffs. To me, I would say the Eagles would be in first. Second, either the Cowboys and Giants, Redskins last place. Then you go to NFC. This is NFC North. This is a hard division, because this is actually everybody. No offense, but everybody in the Vikings, everybody but the Vikings, look good in this division. The Chicago Bears. You know who they had? They had Brandon Marshall. You know, we all know how good this defense is. Brian Urlacher is banged up, not so good, but you know, hopefully he'll come back soon if you're a Bears fan. Matt Forte has to stay healthy. I know you guys added Michael Bush as your backup, and that's a pretty good backup if you ask me. But you have to keep Forte healthy. Same with Cutler. Cutler, you have a sprained pinky. Don't get off the field. Stay on the field, and your team will do well. Plain and simple. So, you know, I think with those additions, you know, because I know Cutler's obviously not an addition, but if he comes back healthy, that's like an addition right there. You know, because he's coming back healthy. You know, he's that much of a big factor. The Lions had a pretty good year last year, and you know, impressed a lot of people, impressed myself included. You know, I know Calvin Johnson's on the cover of Madden. You know, honestly, you know, I don't think the Command & Curse is going to be on Megatron, aka Calvin Johnson. I think it might be on the Lions, though. Maybe, you know, Matthew Stafford doesn't have a good year like he had last year. You know, Javid Best, you know, keeps getting concussions. You know, that secondary in the cornerback position, again, kind of like the Cowboys, gets eaten alive, you know, whenever someone throws the ball deep. So, I question the Lions. I think the Lions, honestly, might be in third place. You know, I expect them in third place. Packers, what do you say? Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Jordy Nelson, great in the regular season, not so good in the preseason, and yeah, he struggled in the postseason. But you know, and also Greg Jennings, and they added Cedric Benson. You know, can't hurt them. I think will benefit them a little bit, especially in the red zone. So honestly, Packers to me gonna win the division. The Vikings, you know, I know the whole Joe Webb, Christian Ponder. I know Ponder's supposed to be starting, but I won't be surprised. Excuse me, if you see Joe Webb in there mid-season. You know, Peterson's like, I want to play, but you know, he's still banged up. And I don't, other than Jared Allen, what does this team have on defense? I know they added Jerome Simpson in the wide receiver depth. That helps them, but the Vikings, I'd say, be in last place. Packers first, Bears second, but I can see them getting the wild card. Third, Lions. NFC South, interesting division, you know, because, you know, you got the Saints. Obviously, we all know what happened with the whole, you know, bounty crap. We all know about that. Jonathan Vilma, excuse me, suspended for the whole season. That might be appealed, though. We already know about, you know, the head coach, you know, Peyton. He's suspended for the whole entire season. And but they still got a guy, you know, Drew Brees, who last time I checked, not too bad of a quarterback. You know, they got a pretty good running game in Sproles, Ingram, you know, Pierre Thomas, and they still got Marcus Colston and Lance Moore. You know, they just still have a pretty good team overall. You know, the defense, I'm not sold on it, but the offense is pretty damn good. And I think the Saints possibly will win this division. You know, and then you go to Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I honestly thought Josh Freeman was going to have a great year last year. Wasn't the case. And I don't think the Buccaneers are going to do that great this year. I'm sorry. I think they could be third place, but I will not be surprised if they're last place. That's right. I think the Panthers do have a shot of beating over them. Cam Newton, I don't think last year was a fluke. I think with more experience, he's going to get better. And again, if the Panthers had a defense, I honestly think that they could challenge the Saints. But the Panthers don't have much of a defense. We don't know about Cam Newton and Steve Smith. Don't forget Steve Smith's on this team. He's a pretty damn good wide receiver. Damn. Last but not least, the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan. Question is, he always does good in the regular season, it seems. What can he do in the postseason? Kind of like a Tony Romo. This defense of the Falcons, I know they got better with Asante Samuel, but still, it seems like if they're facing a guy like Aaron Rodgers, they're going to get burned, on defense. I know that's not saying much because, again, it's Aaron Rodgers. The guy was MVP. But still, But, you still got Michael Turner. You have Julio Jones. You got Roddy White. Pretty good. I think the Falcons probably be a second-place team, probably maybe sneaking maybe that other wild card spot. And last but not least, the NFC West. Now, the 49ers, I think their record is going to be a little bit worse than last year. Still a pretty good team. I think they're going to win this division. The Cardinals, I see them being the third. I don't know. Who the hell is the quarterback? John Skelton, Kevin Cobb. It's like, what the hell? Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, don't sleep on the Seahawks. Not too bad. I know that great in the receiving corps. Hell, they had to get Terrell Owens, the guy who got cut from the Indoor Football League. But you still got Marshawn Lynch. Matt Flynn looks pretty good. And their defense is good. Don't sleep on the Seahawks, especially with their defense. Pretty damn good. So, I think the Seahawks possibly in second place. And last but not least, the St. Louis Rams. I'm sorry. This is not a good team. This is not a good team. Like, if I was Steven Jackson, I'd be like, trade me. Like, seriously. Like, Sam Bradford, they have no defense. Seriously. Not much of a receiving core after losing Brandon Lloyd, too, as well. So, anyways, guys, those are my predictions for this coming NFL season. I apologize for the video being longer than it should have been. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video and whatnot, and